12 News Now at 5.
Breaking news, a deadly school shooting tragedy unfolding out of Michigan tonight. We'll have the latest.
A local man at the center of some recent dangerous incidents. Now the first Rhode Islander facing charges stemming from the chaos at the Capitol.
And tracking just a few flurries and sprinkles along the South Shore, but it's a mainly dry evening. Your forecast coming up.
We begin at 5 tracking breaking news of a deadly school shooting in Michigan. The sheriff's office says at least 3 students have been killed. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. The shooting happened at Oxford High School just north of Detroit just before 1 o'clock local time. The undersheriff says in just 5 minutes, the suspected gunman, a 15-year-old sophomore, opened fire with an automatic handgun, killing 3 classmates and wounding 6 others, including a teacher.
The deputies took a suspect into custody within 5 minutes of the original 911 call. They recovered a handgun from the suspect. Multiple shots were fired. He did not give us any resistance when he was taken into custody. He's currently being transported back to Pontiac for potential, he's already invoked his right to not speak. So he wants an attorney. He's not telling us anything at this point in time.
Authorities haven't released the name of the 15-year-old suspect or any of the victims. We'll stay on top of this breaking story and bring you updates as soon as we learn them.
We are tracking more breaking news right now out of Warwick, where a police cruiser has hit a house.
12 News reporter Amanda Pitts is live on the scene of that crash. Amanda, what can you tell us right now?
Well, Mike, Shannon, we're still waiting on information from police right now, but we want to give you a look at what we're seeing here on Post Road. A Warwick police cruiser has crashed into a home here on Post Road. This is right by the airport. And as you can see, a silver SUV is also involved. It's here out in front of the house with some rear end damage. Now, we've seen detectives in and out of the cruiser checking out the damage. And right now you can see them here reconstructing the accident scene. This happened just after 3, and we were the first on scene here this afternoon, and detectives are still here. It's been almost 2 hours now, and we spoke with residents who live in this home. They tell me they are not allowed back into their home just yet, as police are conducting their investigation still. They do tell me the damage to their house is minor, and luckily no one was injured, as no one was home at the time. Now again, we do have calls out to Warwick Police for more information on what exactly happened here. We're still waiting on that information, and when we get it, we'll bring it to you live on air and online. For now, live in Warwick, Amanda Pitts, 12 News.
Amanda, thank you. A Providence man has been named the first Rhode Islander charged in connection to the January riot at the U.S. Capitol.
Timothy Desjardins is facing 6 criminal complaints in the case, but he is no stranger to law enforcement. The 35-year-old was arrested earlier this month after an armed standoff with Providence police. 12 News reporter Brittany Schaefer joins us live in studio with more on his lengthy criminal history. Brittany?
Well, Mike, Shannon, the court documents unsealed today reveal Timothy Desjardins repeatedly assaulted Capitol officers with a dangerous weapon. The 35-year-old facing similar charges back here in Rhode Island for 2 separate incidents in the past few months. Photos released today in a federal criminal complaint appear to show a man raising a weapon in a mob of people at the U.S. Capitol. According to the FBI, that man is Timothy Desjardins of Providence. They say he repeatedly assaulted Capitol officers with a broken table leg. The 35-year-old is facing numerous charges, including assault, resisting or impeding officers using a dangerous weapon, and engaging in physical violence in a restricted building. Officers also found the backpack Desjardins was wearing during the riot, locating numerous items like his ID, along with 3 axes. Hours after the riot, Desjardins was found at another federal building. Court documents reveal he was found trying to go over the chains behind the FBI headquarters. 2 weeks before he was charged for his part in the Capitol riot, Desjardins was at the center of a police standoff on Federal Hill. Last week, 12 News asked Colonel Hugh Clemens about his reaction to Desjardins being out on bail after a prior shooting this summer.
Very frustrating. I mean, along with most things that we do, you know, it's hard enough to identify them and or capture them, and so it's difficult when they're immediately placed back on the street, especially when they have a violent nature.
Desjardins barricaded himself inside his Federal Hill barbershop for hours after police saw him with a gun. He was out on bail for shooting a man in September, therefore is not allowed to be armed. Investigators later found a gun and 200 rounds of ammunition inside his shop called We the People. In court, prosecutors said Desjardins told police he should not have given himself up. Court records reveal 6 other cases against Desjardins in Rhode Island, including disorderly conduct and driving with a suspended license. And during the FBI interview the day after the riot, Desjardins admitted to being at the Capitol and said he was, quote, good with the axes found in his bag. He is the 11th person charged in connection to the Capitol riot, first from Rhode Island. For now, live in studio, I'm Brittany Schaefer, 12 News.
Brittany, thank you. Norton police are investigating a deadly crash. Officials say a gray Honda Accord was driving on North Worcester Street around 9:30 last night when a car hit a man on a scooter. That man, 28-year-old Mark Sullivan, was pronounced dead at the scene. Right now, no charges have been filed against the 18-year-old driver of the car, but crews are still trying to determine how the crash happened.
Now for a look at your first forecast, Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca joining me. I heard Brian Yukono telling you at 4 o'clock that he has now added the scarf to his attire. I wore pants under my dress to work, had the gloves, had the hat.
Forget the calendar. It's official.
It's official.
When that apparel's coming out.
I was fighting it hard, too, I got to tell you.
Yeah, look, especially this morning, some spots are down to 20, 25 degrees. Take a look outside. Now, the clouds have taken over after some morning sunshine and that very hard freeze early this morning. Doppler radar picking up on precipitation, but this is fairly insignificant. This is like flurries and a few sprinkles, and it's essentially along the south shore. And this will be moving out shortly. So if you're traveling south, you may get a little speckle on your windshield, really nothing more than that. Here's the wider view. That'll be sliding away. Next couple of hours, we'll see some gradual clearing later in the evening and during the overnight. Visibility, even down in Newport, is pretty good. So that's just a verification that the precipitation is not real heavy. Already 33 Smithfield, 37 in Providence, as well as Newport. New Bedford checks in at 38. So flurries and sprinkles along the south shore, ending early evening with gradual clearing overnight, and by daybreak down to the upper 20s to low 30s. So cold, but not quite as cold as early this morning. Full forecast, 7-day outlook coming up in a little bit.
All right, Tony, thank you. U.S. health officials say they're actively looking for the new Omicron variant of COVID-19, but have so far not detected a case among many positive virus samples that have shown up across the country each week. Locally, numbers have skyrocketed in recent days. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health reported cases in southeastern Massachusetts are climbing. For example, New Bedford reported nearly 500 new cases last week, an increase of more than 300 cases from the week before. Today's data from the Rhode Island Department of Health showed more than 730 new positive cases statewide. That's the highest daily case count in more than 10 months. 12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie joins us now with more details on that and how the U.S. is preparing for the new variant. Alex?
Well, Mike, today's data also showed Rhode Island currently has 155 people in the hospital with COVID-19, the most we've seen since September 6th. However, while cases and hospitalizations are high today, it's still much different from where we were this time in 2020. The week of November 30th, 2020, Rhode Island was seeing more than 1,000 cases a day, sometimes as high as 1,600. With the emergence of a new variant making its way across the globe, Governor Dan McKee told 12 News on Monday Rhode Island is taking it seriously.
We'll approach it the same way we did with the Delta variant. Let's find out, let's make sure we understand the nature of this new strain, and then we'll respond to that accordingly to make sure that we keep the safety as our top priority.
That's what federal health officials are saying, too. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says right now, however, Delta is still the predominant circulating strain of COVID-19.
Representing 99.9% of all sequences sampled.
Dr. Walensky says the U.S. has increased genomic sequencing to 80,000 samples per week.
About 1 in every 7 PCR positive cases, and that's more than any other country.
As the U.S. continues to monitor for the new variant, the CDC is pushing for all adults to get a booster shot when eligible to strengthen their protection against COVID-19.
For the 45 million unvaccinated adults, now is the time to get vaccinated. We also know that vaccination helps protect you, your loved ones, and your community from COVID-19. And we fully anticipate this protection, at least in part, will be beneficial against Omicron.
At this hour, the FDA's Antimicrobial Drugs Advisory Committee just endorsed the emergency use authorization of Merck's oral pill to treat mild to moderate COVID-19. That's in adults at risk for progressing severe COVID-19 or hospitalization within 5 days of symptom onset. The panel voted 13 in favor with 10 against and are discussing the reasoning for those votes right now. Live in studio, Alexandra Leslie, 12 News.
Alex, thank you. Governor Charlie Baker announced today that Massachusetts is deploying 3 mobile units to administer monoclonal antibody treatment to high-risk individuals who've been exposed to or have COVID-19. The clinics have the capacity to treat up to 500 patients per week with therapies that can help reduce the severity of the disease and keep individuals from being hospitalized. Referral from a healthcare provider is required. Treatment will be provided at no cost to the patient. In addition to the mobile clinics, patients can receive treatment at St. Anne's Hospital or Charlton Memorial Hospital in Fall River.
Attleboro police are currently investigating a drive-by shooting on Holman Street late Monday afternoon. According to police, one of several bullets that were fired went through a home on that street. 12 News reporter Matt Paddock joins us now from the control room with the latest details. Matt?
Mike, I spoke with one Holman Street resident who tells me that he heard what he believed to be gunshots fired. That's when he ran to his parents' bedroom to find his mother on the floor taking cover. It was around 8 o'clock Monday night.
Room just laying down, and then all of a sudden we heard like these loud sounds.
On this quiet Holman Street, that Attleboro Mayor Paul Heroux says shots rang out.
Mom was on the floor when I went to her room because she was scared.
According to Attleboro police,
it was targeted, it was not random.
More than 18 shell casings spread across the street.
Shooting at the house on Holman Street were going after one specific person.
Eric Mungia and his family have lived on Holman Street for over 4 years and says this street is normally silent.
No, nothing ever happens. This was just like a one-time thing. But it's usually a calm neighborhood.
Mungia still in shock that something like this could happen here, especially with his younger cousins living next door.
There were gunshots. Who knows who could have gotten shot. Things like this happen, but I'm just glad that everyone's safe. I'm safe, and we're all doing okay.
Heroux telling 12 News that police believe this shooting is isolated.
This doesn't really happen too often in Attleboro, although this is the 3rd shooting we've had in 3 weeks. But this has not happened before. It's not part of a greater crime wave.
Attleboro police are asking for the public's help in identifying the suspect, and they say if you have any information regarding a light-colored Jeep with Florida plates, to give them a call. But reporting live from the control room, Matt Paddock, 12 News.
Matt, thank you. More coverage you can count on coming up on 12 News at 5. Another Rhode Island lawmaker is criticizing a new incentive that pays certain state workers for getting vaccinated. Here, the governor's response to critics.
Plus, as part of an effort to expand access to the internet nationwide, several local communities are receiving federal funding to help low and middle income families.
Get more local